Hello and welcome back to the channel, my friends. For this video, we will be taking a look at another toy that is inside a box that I haven't opened yet. This came in today or yesterday? This came in recently, so it's either today or yesterday. And this is another box from Hobby Corner, and this is another deluxe figure from Kingdom War for Cybertron Trilogy. That wave has not yet reached our shops here. I don't know when will it arrive. So yeah, I'm slowly getting the figures that I want from specialty shops that manage to snag some of the figures that came with that wave. Anyway, before we go uh, forward with the interview, with looking at toys again, I would like to invite everyone who's in the Philippines to buy a copy of Huwad. This is the Hauntings at Sangrevieja house. I wrote this comic book, and this is done with my good friend Xerx Javier. He is an independent comic book illustrator. He illustrated a bunch of independent comic books in the US and other parts of the world. So this one is a local book, so only in the Philippines. This is only available in the Philippines. This is about a paranormal expert who deals with paranormal stuff like tikbalang, a laman lupa, a white lady or a ghost or a multo, and all sorts of things. Twist is probably in the title. It's Huwad. Yeah, this is only 150 pesos. 150 pesos. 32 pages. Sadly, unfortunately, it's still black and white inside. Features a very nice cover. You could display the cover actually. See that? Looks great. And the back is awesome as well. See? Written by me and art by Xerx. Anyway, I'll be putting down the link down below if order forms. If you want, please do get a copy. Now back to the video. We will be opening up this one. Like I said, this is from Hobby Corner again, and this is another. Let's see which deluxe figure this is. Yeah. Yeah, this shrink wrap this bad boy. And I don't know where is the opening. Maybe this is the opening. I'm not really sure. I think I'm cutting carton. This is a problem when you pack with packaging tape. You don't really see which one is the end, especially in a box like this, which is just a makeshift box of parts of a corrugated box before, and inside I thought it was wrapped in garbage bag. No, it's wrapped in black poppy things. It looks like it's a black garbage bag, but it's not. It's those, let me call this, poppy things you pop. So bubble wrap, yeah. It's wrapped in black bubble wrap, and yeah. And ta-da! It's deluxe Airazor. I love the illustration on this packaging. See that? Airazor is a girl. Okay, you could see that much in the illustration. Sorry for the Beast Wars fan. I did not really watch Beast Wars. I have a friend who's a great Beast Wars fan, and he's the one who's filling me in with who these characters are. And this is a great character, and hopefully we get her boyfriend. Who's that? Named after Silverbolt. So yeah, I thought it was the leader of the aerial bots, but it was a different character. It's a wolf with eagle wings. Anyway, looking at the packaging, like I said, awesome artwork, awesome illustration. I really love the illustrations on the packaging for Kingdom. We have the robot mode, and then we have their alt mode, which is a bird. And on this other side is that awesome Kingdom War for Cybertron promo image, which adorns every box of the Kingdom line. And at the back is some CG rendering of Airazor and her alt mode, which is a bird. So enough about the backs. I will now open it up so we can look at the toy. Okay, so now we have her outside of her box, and she looks okay. She looks okay. Okay, so I'm really not familiar with how the character is supposed to look, but looking at her right now, if you are local like me in the Philippines, you'd get that big Mulawin vibe. It's like a big bird people vibe going on with her robot form, and I could already feel that her wings are really articulated. It has lots of double hinge. Okay, and I hope I did not break it when I was the problem with when I was opening. Yeah, look, there's already a problem here. I hope I do. And then I broke it. Anyway, you could easily pop that back in. Okay, the problem was that clip was in front instead of at the back. So yeah, there you would have a hard time opening, removing her from the packaging because her wings were tucked tightly here in this small box so that she does not move around in transit. Funny, when I made a joke at my Huffer video, if you watched my Huffer video, I made a joke that they probably did the cards that are included with Kingdom originally, and then they like placed a bunch of Dinobots in all of Philippines, on all the Kingdom figures that they released here or sent here. Because guess what? I have another Dinobot card. This is my 4th Dinobot card in 2 waves of Kingdom. 2 Dinobot cards. 4. I mean 4. 2 in this wave, 2 in the other wave. So I have 4. The other ones that I have is like 2 Arcs and an Optimus Prime. Why is that? I don't know. I think I have 5 Dinobots. Anyway, I really wish that Hasbro would just give us the card of the actual figure that we bought, so that way we can get cards of the figures that we wanted. Anyway, Airazor here. Oh, I've always been spelling it air, then space, razor. I did not know that it was AI, then razor. That's why I wasn't able to find any of its figures in the other shopping apps. Well, that's my stupidity. I did not know that they spelled her name that way. So, looking at the bot, it looks interesting. Okay, she comes with 2 missile-like weapons, which in this picture you could place on her forearms, like so. Forearms like so. So you can have her. Yeah. It looks like she's firing off missiles off her forearm. Okay, very good. She looks really quite fierce on the camera. You can see that. My lighting is terrible again. Everything is bouncing off. I should get a darker table, or maybe put something dark over it so that the light doesn't bounce much on it. Because there's this mist going on. I don't know. Anyway, for articulation for the figure and details, and I look at the details there. You could see on her shoulder pads that there is some sculpting to simulate feathers. You see that? Also on the head of the bird head on her torso. Very nice texturing on the figures, on the kingdom figures, to simulate either fur, or in this case, what do you call that? Feathers. Okay. Also, there's sculpted plumage on her head. This is actually what makes me make that Mulawin remark about the Mulawin, because most of the characters there have headgear that have sculpted plumage or actual feathers glued to it, so it looks like a Mulawin mask. For articulation, shoulders allows her to raise her forearms, her arms upwards like that. Head is on a ball joint, a very nice ball joint, because it allows a lot of emotive sideways movement, as well as it can look up and down. And then there's that sideways tilt that you could do. Makes her actually very bird-like. If you observe birds, that's how they move their head, like they can rotate their head 180. And then, but this robot can rotate her head the whole 360. Also, her shoulders allows a full rotation, barring the obstruction of her wings. But you can rotate it fully. You just have to make way for the shoulder is on a hinge there, so you could pop it up or place it down, whichever you prefer. In the image here, it's always popped up, so it's like a shoulder armor thing. You could already see that there is a articulation at the waist, so you can fully rotate that 360 as well. Articulation on the hips allow her to do the full splits. Sorry about that. There is no cut on the thighs, but there is a cut nearby. The knee bend allows some sort of thigh swivel, but I think this is for the more on for the transformation than our actual articulation. There is another bend in here at her shins, which is weird because it will make her look like she broke her shins, but I think that's still part of the transformation. And for her feet, it is on a ball joint, so it has some tilt, and it can move up and down as well, and also full rotation, but that's also for transformation for her bird feet. So very nice actually paint job here. The gold for the beak on her headdress, and that bronze like orange that complements it, the silver paint on the head, and goldish eyeballs on that black eye sockets. Very nice, actually. The brown is a bit lackluster. Maybe I was hoping for a more deep brown, if a burnt sienna, yeah, a burnt reddish brown, a more reddish brown. Because this brown actually makes her look just a shade up from Rat Trap. Wait, let's get Rat Trap. Maybe I'm wrong. I did not play with those toys for a bit. Alright, this is Rat Trap. And let's just get Rat Trap. So like I said, this is brown, but it's a bit grayish, which makes me feel that it's just a step up from the Rat Trap's gray. So she's leaning more towards gray. I was hoping she was going to be more of a reddish brown, if you get what I mean. Of course, I'm not really familiar with the character. I was just hoping there'd be more vibrancy to her colors, which would actually complement the orange and the golds that the figure all throughout is using. But like the other figures, this is an interesting figure. Even if I was not really interested in Beast Wars, the figures themselves would actually make me interested. Okay, so the wings are articulated with a bunch of double hinge joints, so you could actually splay it out in robot form as well, and this really makes her look like a Mulawin. Mulawins are a fictional bird people that a local network made a romance action series before. So sorry if I keep mentioning it to whomever is watching this video. Oh yeah, we're not finished. Yeah, ample, very ample knee bend there. I did not mention that. And yeah, the other articulation placed for transformation actually helps the posability of this figure. She can really go down like that. There is no articulation on her wrist except for a bend there, which is kind of weird, but yeah. She is a bird, so you could joke around that that's why there is a lot of hollow parts, because you see birds have hollow bones. There are also a spattering of 5mm ports there, so you could. Is that a port? I'm not really sure that's a port, but it looks like a port, and you could place stuff in there if you wish to. And you could actually place you could place those missile thingies on her thighs if you want her to be like free from holding stuff. The wings, like I said, are on a bunch of double hinges. There's a double hinge here, a double hinge there. There is supposed to be a stop there. I do not know why when mine was packaged this was out. Here it was here, that's why I had to break it and then yeah, you could fold it like so. Very nice, actually. Very nice, very interesting looking figure. The backside, her tail actually flips out, but you could actually you could actually make it flush there. So for more compactness. Is there such a word? I'm not sure. Also, this front skirt flips open for some exhibitionist purpose. The bird does not. Yeah, it would flip open, but that's for transformation. So, okay. I guess that's all for the figure. Let's transform it now. Let's look at her alt mode, the bird mode. Okay, so now to transform her, what we do first is unfurl those wings. So you can see that it's folded. So first, I fold it like that, and then from here, fold it flatly, fold it flat, spread it like so. Okay, now I already removed the accessories before I place it on those ties. Okay, so go to the back, untab this one, and then there is a double hinge on this whole entire torso. So you raise it up like so. You can see that there is a hinge there, and then you raise it up. So that's to create clearance for the head, so that when you swap the head, when you rotate it forward, so place this in there, open this up. Yeah, there is supposed to be a clearance there. Yeah, a clearance enough so that you could rotate the head like so. Actually, do not make her look back. Just sorry, I made a mistake. Actually, if you can make her look down like that, and then you can go down like that. That's cleaner, actually. Okay. Now for her shoulder pads, you clip those down, and then use this to bend her wrist forward, and then using those bicep rotation, I'm gonna punch herself inwards, put those fists in that cavity. I'll do the same thing in the other side. So now it looks like if you did ROTC or in the Philippines, this is the resting position. And now you rotate the entire leg configuration 180, so that it faces there. And now this one, rotate like so, rotate it like so, bend this a bit, put this forward, bend a bit, put it forward, bend it like so. Okay. And now, while it is a bit splayed, push it forward, and you remember that 5mm port that I was talking about. There is a peg here, and her inner thighs have a slot there, which would hold those feet in place. Do the other leg, rotate it, and then there. And now this one, you tab that, and now she's a bird. This is a very expressive bird, actually. For her weapons, the missile thingies, you could place it here in her thigh. There's some storage going on, so at least it's stored well there. For the articulation in the bird mode, this is my favorite head out of all the beast modes, animal modes. Why? It has articulation. It actually rotates. It actually rotates fully, so you can have a extra possessed bird There is articulation on the beak. You could close it and you could open it. Yeah, but it's so small that you actually need a tool to open it. And not only does it rotate, it also moves down. It has that articulation to go to move down. So you can have her perch like this. So it's very emotive, just like a bird. Except for the nakedness of the underbelly. I do not know if I'm missing a part, but I wish there was a way to cover this with a flap or something. A flap like what they did with Optimus Primal's butt. Just a simple flap here. But otherwise, this is a very convincing robot bird. Except, of course, when you place her near what would her natural prey be, a small rat. But that rat is humongous, so it's scary. So, yeah. Like I said, the wings are nicely articulated, so you could have her post in different wing positions, different flying positions, like swooping down, gliding. I can do swooping down, and then I can have her feet. I wish there was articulation here so that you could have her claws, her talons like this, so that it would look like she was trying to get, and then you can place it like down. See, it would look like she's attacking this big rat. Yeah, simple, even just a hinge actually, just to make it look like this. So yeah, look at that. Oh, she looks like she's dive bombing something, and she can stand there. So yeah, it looks like if you're familiar with cockfighting, she's in a cockfighting pose. Okay. So yeah, that's my review of this deluxe class Kingdom Warfare Cybertron Trilogy Airazor. It's a nice figure, even if I was not familiar with the character. I thoroughly enjoyed fiddling around with the figure. It was actually satisfying to transform. It had nice details. It could be improved, but yeah, this is a toy that you could have fun with, especially if you have the other beast formers, the other robot animal things. And yeah, so that's my review. So once again, before I finish this, look at the Airazor toy, I invite you to buy my comic book, Huwad. I will be putting down if you are in the Philippines, I'll be putting down the link down below, so you can get your copy of Huwad. I'm really proud of what I did with this, so yeah, that's why I'll be peddling that in other videos also. Thank you guys for watching, and please do leave a like, share the video to your friends. Comments, questions, and suggestions, please do type them down below. And if you are so inclined, please do subscribe to the channel. And if you do subscribe, please do click on that notification bell so that you know when I'll be uploading other stuff. See you guys in other videos, and once again, thank you for watching this.